Greetings and salutations! Welcome to the Grand Circus. I'm Bajongles. If you like my stuff, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me over on Twitch at Bajongles1, where I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, noon Pacific Standard Time. I would much appreciate a follow there. Speaking of follow, you can follow me over on my socials, both at Big1 username Bajongles on Bluesky and Tumblr. Much appreciated. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Hi. Why am I so goddamn loud? All right, let me hear this. How am I? How am I now? So here's some interesting things. Something interesting that I've learned. I've been setting up stuff to do things for multi-streaming on YouTube. I have learned something. The voice capture for my YouTube was picking up on my Twitch stream, even though it's different canvases. So that's good. That's good to know. And it didn't save my settings. Let's see how things are on this side. How is that? How are things? Okay, so cool. All right. I apologize. I have been dealing with things with technical difficulties all morning. No, I don't want to pop this into a plate. Stop. OBS, I will obliterate you with my powerful clown mind. There we go. Okay. Bluetooth headphones, I do not care that you're low battery right now. It literally does not matter to me. I I just need you to not right now. Thank you. Thank you, headphones. You're going to annoy me in like 5 minutes. That's fine. Hi, how is everybody? I apologize for that. I'm also tired. I don't know why the audio for both are attached together. I don't know why they're attached together. You know, when I put shit the bed on the poll, I was being sarcastic. I mean, yeah, you're right. Also, hi, welcome. I've been dealing with technical difficulties. So, like for instance, I put an audio capture for the YouTube canvas, which I'm not streaming to YouTube yet. That should be happening Sunday. The first dual stream should be happening Sunday. You want to hear what happens when uh I turn the YouTube capture, like voice capture on? Here it is. How is this? How are things now? Uh if it weirdly doubles my voice, you know why. Uh I hope it saved my filters in on it. Yeah, so that's a problem. That is a big fucking problem. Robot yeah, that is a very good way. And, hold on, let me turn it back. I am Megatron. There we go. But yeah, no, let me get the music situated. I just heard that on my end. That's really good. Too bad that's not intentional. Outer Wilds music. There we go. 40's good. Let's hear how this sounds. All right. And I'm gonna mute that for now just in case. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure that out because that's a problem. Oh boy. Uh, so I did a little bit of mining off camera. Not because I wanted to get it done sooner, even though that's a nice byproduct. Just because I was like, you know, I really want to draw this, so I did. Why did it get loud? Why am I loud? Oh my god. Oh my god. I have to turn that off for both. Okay, actually, okay, that's fine on my... Wait, why does it... Hold on, filters. Okay, the filters are working. I'm just loud. I'm just very loud now. Okay. Okay, so that is perfectly fine on my art thing, right? Right? Like, this is working. Like, I'm not hearing myself double on this end, but if I go back here, right, and then I do this, and then, am I Megatron again? Am I Megatron? Let me reload so I have less of a delay. Alright. It's just a problem with this. I did something wrong on this screen specifically. I've actually been a Decepticon this entire time. God, that is entirely too good. I might play around with that somehow. Don't mind that. I clicked something wrong. But yeah, no. Oh, I need to put it back on. Where are you? Where are you? Recepticons! Destroy! You know, I was considering getting voice modded on something and having like a, you know, eventually getting an actual like sound deck or something. Again, wrong one. There we go. This is just louder here, so I'm gonna turn that down. What is wrong? That's what's wrong. There we go. Okay, so that sounds fine. Alright, just to make sure, Decepticons! Oh, no, we're fine. We're fine, we're good. We're very good. Alright, sick. Wait, hold on. Did I forget a filter on the voice YouTube for just chatting? It's very possible. It told me I could copy and paste my filters into input captures, but then it lied. It lied to me. It's a lying liar. It's a lying liar from Liartown. So I'm gonna look at things again. Filters. No, I don't need filters. Okay, that says that. And properties. Microphone array. Alright, so that's just... that's something I'm just gonna have to get used to, I guess. Or maybe I'll have to completely redo that. That's fun. Is one of them should only be going to the YouTube canvas, and one should only be going to the Twitch canvas. This problem would entirely be solved if Twitch just let me have both chats on stream. It's against Twitch TOS to have like any other chat on your stream on Twitch. It's absurd. And it's causing me literally a week more of work. It's insane. It's absolutely... The buffoon is flummoxed. Oh boy. It's funny, but it is dreadful. Okay, I do sound a little bit different on my phone. But it's mostly fine. Right? Like let's hear how things are with this. All right, how is this? How am I? Oh my god, it's on here too. It's just not a problem, I guess. Right? If I turn off the voice in parentheses YouTube input capture, I am crystal clean. I have like incredible voice quality. Right? Like all my filters that I put in are working just fine. My mic is decent quality. And so here we are, right? It just works. What is going on? Is it because I'm linking the canvases? I was told that that's a good thing to do. Like, do I not need to do audio captures for I can't test that before I start streaming on YouTube. So maybe the first stream will just be testing to make everything work. I don't know. That I don't know. That should be fine. Things are You know, I talked to my good friend Hunky Dory, and they said it was fine. All right, what happens if I turn that muted? Okay, the music honestly has not that much difference. Yeah. So I have no clue. Me looking for my lost game of Clue? I have no clue. Koby, Luffy, sketch 2. There we go. Also, as you can see, incredibly difficult angle that I've accomplished. I might get rid of this sharp line, but definitely like have this there in the shading. Because like, oh no, without it, Luffy just looks like a worm. The human face is a really delicate thing to get right. There's endless variation to its form, and yet if you get certain things just wrong enough, it looks bad. It's a fun time. I have no clue what to do. It's whatever. Maybe I'll just like do that and call that a day. Yeah, that looks fine. This has come from a lot of practice. I could not tell somebody how to do this. I'm not saying I'm good at it either. Like, I've seen people who are really good at this. It's just, man. Man. You know, if I just remove that, Worm Luffy. Worm Luffy, my best friend. And I'll have his eye not actually be perfectly circular. He will be wide-eyed. He will be the autism creature, but not perfectly circular eyes. I do have to rotate the eye a bit, though. I made a mistake. It's the right shape, but the wrong angle. There we go. He looks a little bit like a Muppet. He is my son. He is my son, Muppet Luffy. You know, Muppet Luffy, Surfing Joker. You know, I'm just adopting all the children. You know, I now have 50 million sons. Take that, fucking Magnus, with your 1,000 sons. Miss me with that baby shit. Those baby numbers. I love that I was doing this sketch and I understood exactly what I meant, but now that I'm looking at it, it's a little bit incomprehensible. Incomprehensible. Have a nice day. Yeah, the few times that I've drawn Luffy, he's never turned out quite right, so hopefully this Luffy will actually turn out, how I want, honestly. Also, it's an unfortunate truth about that one monster art piece. Like, I'm happy with it. I like it. It's an unfortunate truth that, none of those people are really well-known, like, popular characters in One Piece. And so, most people, like, on Tumblr, where you can follow hashtags, right? Most people wouldn't have these people in their hashtags. Like you know, none of these people. Like, none of those people. I'm pretty sure I made the tag Gyoru One Piece. Like, it didn't pop up before I put it in. Nobody cares about those characters. But this one has Alvida and Koby and Luffy, and it's like those are characters that people care about. And it's the unfortunate truth of wanting to draw every single named character is there are going to be characters that nobody cares about. Right? There are characters where people are like, oh, that's in him? Oh, who is that? And then it's just a silly little person in the background. And I guess like part of the purpose of this series is becoming like an appreciation of the lesser known or like lesser talked about characters. Because like I'm gonna be putting a bunch of time into every single character, or at least enough time to get them to look right. Again, except for SBS exclusive characters, like Vega Pants only shows up in SBS. Not drawing him, doesn't matter. Does not matter. Well, it matters, but you know. But hold on, I wanna see what I see what I mean by he'll just look like a worm. Like it'll be fixed a little bit with shit. It'll be fixed with shading, but like it just kind of looks like a worm, sort of like how Freerin is just like. Hold on. Like Freerin looking up is just sort of. Oh, and she had closed eyes like that. Yeah, like I don't know. I can't draw her from memory, but her head is spherical. her head is a roller ball, and her neck is a fucking ball socket. Gold Roger, king of the pirates, said, "Fuck you. You're not getting my treasure. You want it? Too bad." And thus ended the great pirate era. Oh wait, no, I'm understanding this One Piece now. There we go. And a lot of this stuff back here doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter. Like it mattered to the point of what I'm drawing now, but once what I'm doing now is drawn, it won't matter. Oh wait, how do I? Oh my god! Oh my god! Look. Oh, this is a photograph, by the way. I took this, I cropped it, I transferred it to my computer, and I took it because I couldn't find a good image of this otherwise. Like legit. I'm gonna reduce this so that it's just like a little dip, just a little tiny dip, because having it be too much is kind of too much detail. Kind of too much detail on this child. Oh god, what did I do for these fingers? What did I do for these fingers? Mirror horizontal. Mirror horizontal, and then I have to move you. You're being moved. Do not resist. Do not resist, Kip. You're being moved. How do I do the feeners? I need to know how to do the feeners. I do not understand what I've done. Wait, no, so one is there, one is there, one is there, and one is there. And then that sort of goes around like that? Question mark? I put that on the wrong layer? It's me. Big question. Sure, can you give me the answer? I don't know, I'm big question. Look, you headphones, you're annoying me by saying battery low. I know, but my phone's charging. I only have one charger that works for both of you that plugs in a reasonable place. You need to wait your turn, I'm sorry. If you need to wait your turn. But sir, I'm about to die. You need to wait your turn, Kif. Isn't this fucked up? This is the scary door. Like, I know that Zep Brannigan is 100% based on James T. Kirk. However, he sounds a lot more like Rod Sterling. This is the Gary door. On the other side is Gary, the city in Indiana. Isn't that fucked up? Imagine, if you will, there was a door where on the other side was Gary, Indiana. This is so twisted and fucked up. We taught a chimpanzee to understand the voting patterns of the median American voter, and then he shot himself. This is the scary door. You never know if they'll vote for free puppies for everyone or diarrhea forever. That is one of my favorite fucking, like, memes. Just in general, is free puppies forever. Free puppies for everyone, diarrhea forever. Honestly, I think it's better than the leopards eating face party. Well, no, the original joke of that is funny. Like, from the original episode, that one's good. That's a good joke. Imagine, if you will, a big and large dog. Now imagine its favorite food is berries and salmon. What you've just imagined as a bear, and now you're under arrest for inventing the bear. Bam. And this really shows like how fucking like how fucking early we are into One Piece in terms of characters still. Because I was looking in the volumes, I have 15 volumes of One Piece like physically right now, and this is still the first one. Like that will be fixed soon-ish because Romance Dawn is a little dense with introduced characters, I think. Right, like it has let me see if I can remember them all. It has Luffy, Shanks, Lucky Roo, Bonk Punch, Building Snake, Yasop, Monster, Mikio Ito, technically. What's her name? Why am I forgetting her name? Probably because she's a background character that barely shows up. She's the bar, the party's bar owner. Uh-huh. Let's see. There's Whoop Slap, there's Gyoru, there's Chicken, there's Alvida, there's Hepako, Pepako, Popoko, Koby. I forget her name, but that one girl, in the Marine base. There's Zoro. There's Soro. There's Helmeppo. There's Axan Morgan. I think that's it for Romance Dawn. Oh, no. Higuma the Bear. And of course, the Lord of the Coast on technicality. So, a lot of characters. Oh, boy. Nami doesn't really show up until after Romance Dawn. So, like, eh. But still, and Usopp obviously, wait, no. Nami first shows up in the Orange Town arc, which very fair for her to show up in the Orange Town arc, considering her whole thing with like tangerines, which are not quite oranges, but god, they're close enough. That I wouldn't call that foreshadowing, but god, that's fun. Then Usopp in Syrup Village, and then Sanji in Baratier, and that's the East Blue Five. Like if you include Luffy, or the East Blue Four if you don't include Luffy, because he's Luffy. That's Monkey D. Luffy. Yayo, gotta go dreamin', give it up, Luffy. I don't think I could at this point name all of the East Blue characters, but I have a decent amount in my head right now. Considering Romance Dawn. right? There are those romance dong characters, and then let's see, there's also, so after this, there's, I don't know his name. There's the mayor. I don't know his name, of that town. You know, of Orange Town. There's Buggy the Clown. There's Richie the Lion. Oh God, I don't remember the other two people's names. Honestly, they matter less to me. There's Choo Choo the dog. Incredibly important character for the arc. Right? Ooh, there are those two guys that Nami steals the boat of, which I think are gonna be in the drawing when I do Nami. Right? Like I don't think I want a lot of the I don't think I want a lot of the like main character, like the Straw Hat introduction images to just be one of the Straw Hats, but definitely have them be like the main center of attention. Right? So like whenever I get around, thank you headphones. Whenever I get around to doing Frankie, he's gonna be doing a super, like, super! He's gonna be doing that. I think one of the only exceptions will be Brooke, because, like, I want to accentuate where he's found, which is, with the bodies of his crewmates. May they rest in peace, the Rumbar Pirates. Also, can I just say, the fact that they could also be the Lumbar Pirates is really funny, because lumbar support. But you know, because the I had to look it up for specifics. According to the Cleveland Clinic, your lumbar spine is the lower back region of your spinal column or backbone. And considering they could be the lumbar pirates, and Brooke is a skeleton, that's probably a pun. That is probably a pun knowing Oda. And I am here for it. Just like how there's sort of a fan character, sort of OC guy that Clockwork Stephanie and I made together, named Zolo, the Four Guns Fighter. You know, sort of playing off of, you know, a little bit the I'm gonna turn the volume on my computer down. There we go. Splendid, because that was piercing my ears. I completely forgot what I was saying. But yeah, no, and like Jinbei, I think I want to have Jinbei with Ace, like, in the... No. I think I want Jinbei's first thing to be, like, him in the cell with Luffy looking in through the bars. Because I really, really like that panel. Right, like, he's name dropped really early on, but I'm gonna wait until then to actually show him. Because, like, man. Oh, I forgot a single line of the second sketch. There we go. Now let me double double dribble check. There we go. So that is fine. Let me mirror Tool real quick. I mirror the band Tool. There we go. Have that, and then a wop 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 wop. Oh god, he may have seen. I need to fucking show it. Hold on, open. I completely forgot about Trevor the Hedgehog, and when a friend of mine quoted Trevor the Hedgehog of Salty DK Dan fame, this is what I imagine this. I imagine this monster. You cannot stop the Trevor. Like, looking back, he kind of looks like Napoleon Dynamite, but like, that's neither here nor there. You cannot stop the Trevor. I think with this one, I can get away with not doing the other nostril due to angle. Like, I think that looks fine to me. God, that fucking reminds me of the Kyle Gordon bit. This point saying anything that seems blank to me reminds me of the English are gay to me. Like that one that one comedy bit is very fun. Is very funny. Okay, so the middle is actually there. There we go. I have depicted you as the loser Koby, and I as the Chad Luffy. Just give some of them fucked up teeth, yeah. My face when you can't possibly be the king of the pirates, that's insane. I will actually move this further to the back, I think. I think that sounds good and fine and cool. Ah, fuck. It's better the way it is. I don't like that it's better the way that it is, but it is. I don't know. That's just the case. That's just the way of things. That's just the way of things, Ringo. Oh my gods. If I mirror this, which I've been doing sort of every step of the way, I like this. There are a fair few characters, like, this year, that I've drawn this year, that have had the two, like, the middle part down the back, you know, all the way around, sort of kind of bowl cut, right? Like, he's a bit different. He has that sort of, I did Kishibe, from Chainsaw Man. And then, now Koby. And so at this point, I guess I better get used to, you know, doing this hairstyle. It's fairly common. Yeah, something like that, maybe. You cannot possibly be the king of the pirates, he said. But then he just stood there silent. For he did not care what another had to say about his ambitions. For only he could decide whether or not it was possible. And he decided it was. This is the story of Monkey D. Luffy, the future king of the pirates. Yayo, yayo, gotta go dreaming. Give it up, give it up, give it up, Luffy. Let me actually look at that again, because I wasn't paying attention to what that looked like. Alright, so he has pant. And then that. Now here's the deal with airline food. No, it seems as though he sort of tried to tuck his shirt in and just it either undid itself or he just failed miserably like everything before he met Luffy. Dude, this boat sucks ass. I can't even watch Madagascar while I'm driving. Alright. Part of the reason why, like, obviously, as I said, I just kind of got distracted and wanted to do some of the sketch ahead of time. But another part of the reason, and let me get water before I continue. Pardon me, I apologize. Is because I wanted to start actual shading today. It's like, you know, sketching and line art is cool and all, but also doing the shading would be like, I enjoy shading. Shading is a fun part of the art process, and I would like to get to that. That means, of course, I have to get through the sketching, like the full sketching, and also the line art. So, you know, what can you do? Who the fuck are you? The arm is big. My head is cold. Cold. I need a hat. Hat. Like there's that one song that like one 3D animator did of Putin where it's like, my heart is cold, my moves are bold, and my friends did. I think I came up with it originally, but I still reference that my head is cold. Cold. I need a hat. Let me get the fingers. Let me get them. They're mine. Your fingers are mine. Get fingered. Okay, so does he have a does he have a collar? Like, no, he doesn't. Like, he has a button-up shirt with no collar. Well, technically a collar, but it not like a folded-out collar. Okay. I have never seen that. Not even a little collar? Not even as a treat? Like, that's not something I've seen in real life. I've seen button-up shirts with no, like, with little to no sleevage, right? I've seen button-up crop tops before too, right? But those all had collars of some variety, like a little extra something. That's a fun revelation. That's a whole new possibility of nerd. Koby's really showing me the possibilities of how much of a loser somebody can be, and I am so happy about that. Alright, there we go. Get the fingies. At this point, like, we definitely all know that chicken fingers are not actually made from chicken fingers. Because it's kind of obvious chickens don't have fingers. However, it would be really funny if chickens just had really big fingers. Just like they had full on like big ass hands that could grab you. They could grab you and throw you. Is the Koby sketch 2 also completed? Maybe. That's definitely very possible. Not scientifically plausible. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, what did I do? His feet weren't covered up. This guy's feet were covered up because I don't want to do them. But I also tried to cover up this guy. Let me see what I can do with that information. If I lower that down to, I don't know, 75%, and I merge with the layer below, then we have liftoff. Right? And then if I go drop, never mind. Never mind, I just have to suck it up and draw a foot. However, foot day is not today. Well, no, God, it has to be today. Man, shit. Shit. Red Durst. Koby, Luffy, line art. There we go. That felt weird. I felt a disturbance in the force. Whop. Wham. Yabba dabba don't. Well, how about you yabba dabba don't there? That buffering is really bad. It wouldn't be an issue if it wasn't a fucking sensory issue. There we go. This is definitely turning out. I don't know how it's turning out, but it's turning out. I'm definitely seeing how I'm improving as an artist. Yeah, I just wish I could be good right now. I the evil Gen AI salesman. You could with my product, Schlumbus AI. With Schlumbus AI, you won't need artists. Now with Google Schlumbus AI, you don't even need to have people make games anymore. You can make garbage. Actual fucking garbage. Google, why the fuck do you exist anymore? Wop. Wop 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 da 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 do. Wop 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 Oh boy. I can feel a lot more vibration in my voice than I'm hearing in the filters, and that's how you know that they work. I know people usually don't much care for hearing about the like background of how stuff is done necessarily. However, uh I don't care. I want to talk about it, so that's what I'm gonna talk about. I don't actually understand how the filters work. I just know that what I've done has helped, and I'm going to need to figure out how or why is having both the audio input captures for my microphone uh, working at the same time on the Twitch scenes when one should only be going to the YouTube scene. And so I'm gonna have to see if other people have had the same problem. Fuck you, headphones. You're almost as bad as Baltimore. Fuck you, Baltimore. Alright, fuck it. My phone's charged enough. Fuck it, we're doing it live. Headphones. Live. Live, goddamn you. I don't know how I sound anymore. Oh, great heavens. Me when I have a creator dashboard, or not a creator dashboard, a stream manager. There we go. Sick. Okay, I can hear myself. Why am I goopy? When did I become goopy? I'm ungoopying now. There are so many technical issues. I've ungoopied. Yes. There we go. Okay, good. I was wondering why am I so quiet, and then I remembered I lowered my own volume on my computer. So now I don't have that problem. I raised my volume again. I don't have that problem, but now the music is loud. Oh boy. Stuff like this makes me realize maybe I'm not ready to start dual streaming to YouTube on Sunday. I'm going to anyways. Because like I want to, and there is literally no better time for me to start doing that than this week. Because like, you know, what's gonna happen, right? I don't do it. I finally have caught up completely to VODs, and then now that I'm caught up, the goal is done. And then I slip back into needing to catch up, and then I spend a lot more time and a lot more internet usage to catch up again. And then, like, what was the purpose of everything at that point? So now, by the way, technically, if I wanted to keep doing stream VODs as I was doing, I would already be caught up. And that is very cool. No, yeah, caught up. Because as of today, being released is last week's VOD exactly, last Tuesday. Which is great. Alright, there we go. Back to the right window. I don't know if I will ever have a Luffy that is good enough in my mind. Luffy is so simple, right? He is so deceptively simple. That like he's so deceptively simple that if I get him wrong just a little bit, God, that's fucking loud. But it sounds good on the stream. Right? It sounds right on the stream because it's quieter than my voice. And so it sounds good. But on my computer, natively, it's loud, and I can't change my computer volume without it still drowning out my voice in the stream manager because my headphones are dead, and I don't want my voice to be picking up on mic twice, but not in a robot way. Because the robot way is really funny, but also kind of only works in just chatting for some reason. I don't know. There we go. I'm sure I'll figure it all out by the time Sunday hits. And when Sunday hits, we'll be doing more blasphemous gameplay. We will be blaspheming against the grievous miracle. And you know, that's cool and shit. Boom. God, I just remembered I wanted to add more like expressions and stuff to the blasphemous PNG tuber model, and I haven't yet, and I feel bad for that, but I've been doing a lot of work. Like as you can see, if you check out my Bluesky and Tumblr, I've posted the three thumbnails, or not the 3, the 4 new thumbnails, which I all did in about, like, within about a week. And they all turned out pretty good. Some, I think, are better than others. Because I think with the D&D world building thumbnail, I was not only cooking, but I think it was a 5 Michelin star meal. Like, that was really good. Like I said, I got to check that shit out. And if you want my socials, you could do !socials in the Twitch chat. You know, I'm very happy with them. Actually, while, yes, go check out my socials. They're cool and awesome. Where? There, okay. I am going to show them off. So first here's this one. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Yes, it is the Blackbeard drawing image. You know, him working on a map. I'm incredibly happy with this one, right? But it's not my favorite. I'll show you the favorite once I sort of show all of them. Next is this one. I'm also very happy with this one. I intentionally made it a similar style to the concept art like pieces that like we've done for the clown platformer. And I'm still very happy with this because of the color, but I definitely could have pushed it way farther, which is why it's not my favorite. And now we're going to get to 2 that I really, really like. Here's my favorite. Yeah, here it is. Here's my favorite. So with my favorite, why it's my favorite is because the lighting is really good. And this is a piece of the Baron of Crows, which I have since learned that I have named Ithanduel, I think. Let me look at the art fight page. Characters. The Baron of Crows. Ithanduin. 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 He was the Baron of Crows in my setting. So, you know, that's very cool and awesome. God, this is loud. And so he's basically a Nothic, right? If you know D&D stuff, he's basically a Nothic. He was corrupted by magic. He was formerly an elf, right? He was an elf wizard. He was the Baron of the barony of Krauberg. Right, and he's changed and twisted, and he's kept himself secluded inside of his tower, right? Very, very secretive. Not many people know of his fate. The idea of this is that he's just in there playing D&D, right? He has the DM screen, he has the terrain, and all that. It's great. I'm a big fan of this piece. So let me close that one and open the final one. This is the one I did for Blasphemous. Where is Images computer? Oh god, I need to pop it up again. There it is. And, it is a reference to the thumbnail art that was given to me, very graciously by Clockwork Stephanie. This is my friend's work. You have seen them on stream before. And if you check out the Globs of Doom VOD, which it seems has gotten 6 views, which is pretty good considering. Right? I absolutely loved that game. You would have experienced my friend in all his clockwork glory. But they did this art for some of the Blasphemous thumbnails. And so the grave is a direct reference to this one. Well, the direct reference to the funny, like, this. And so, I did that, died of filth and plague. There we go. And, the way the colors worked, I showed this to somebody and they compared the colors to a Steven Universe background. And I find that incredibly flattering. I think it turned out very well. I used a lot of the glazing techniques that I espoused in 3 out of 4 of these, and it has been turning out really well. I really like this dirt, which is like an insane thing to say, I guess. I like the dirt. I like the dirt of the grave. This is just the segment of the soundtrack where it's really fucking loud. Go play Outer Wilds, it's very good. There we go. Wop, 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 wop. But yeah, no, and those are for the streams, you know, when I do a stream to YouTube. Because, those need thumbnails, because they will become videos immediately. That's sort of how it works. And while I don't think I could do, like, a different thumbnail for every single thing, right? Like, every single stream of everything. Because, like, I don't know, I'd start on it, and then I would not continue it. I still want to have some of that handmade sort of, like, artistic touch to it. That's, you know, my art. Looks very good. People know it's me, right? And so, that's why I did those, right? That's why I did the 4 thumbnails. And, more thumbnails in the future will obviously need to be made. But those 4 are sort of the 4 I need right now. Water's yummy. I highly recommend you guys drink some. Why the fuck are you so loud in my ear? Oh boy. Oh wait, no, I understand. I'm understanding. I'm the knower. No, I get it. I get it. Looks at fingers. Oh wow, man-made horrors beyond my comprehension. Oh my god. That fingernail, that boy's fingernail is too long. That boy ain't right. Alright, there we are. And whap. You're pissing too darn loud, boy. You gotta make it a stealth mission. You gotta piss on the side of the bowl, son. Here we go. All right. I was struggling a little bit with that that little bit of the calf. But it seems that that has been solved. Oh, let me see how OBS is doing. OBS is doing fine. I don't get it. Sorry, I didn't see what when did you say that so that I can I see. How did that not pop up until now? Is that popped up? Oh no, that popped up a couple minutes ago. I apologize. Oh boy. Oh, what was I saying a couple minutes ago? Like man, memory issues. Oh, right. Oh. Me when I see horrors beyond human comprehension, I don't get it. Beyond human comprehension, I don't get it either. And I don't know. What are you looking at me for? I don't know everything. I don't get it. Oh, I need to pause on doing that because I need to finish Luffy. Ha! Monkey D. Luffy! Ha! Mugiwara! I'm gonna fucking defeat you! I'm gonna finish you! Oh god, I remember seeing this one art piece that somebody did. I don't remember the artist, I apologize. Of that one image of like Michael Scott, like giving the guy in the suit a handshake and not knowing what it's for. But that with like Luffy and Law is very good. It's a very good piece. That one piece is very good. I've made this joke a million times and I will make it a million more. What would you do if you couldn't fucking figure out a simple fingernail? I see. I would turn into a villain. I'm Fingernail Man. I took all of Gotham's fingernails. Uh, you can't get away with this, Fingernail Man. Just watch me, Bat. You'll never catch me. Rides away on a floating, like, disc of fingernails. You know what? No, fuck it. Fuck it. That's a My Hero Academia villain powers. The power to control fingernails. Fingernail kinesis. You know what? If my character for for either of the My Hero Academia games that I'm in ends up dying, I'm gonna be playing Fingernail Man because that's stupid. Hold on. Okay, this toe's fucked up. There we go. By the way, thank you, Nightbot. I forgot to say, but you are appreciated. Normal brush, fuck you! You do not get to be multiply. The Combine be like, you don't get to multiply, fuck you. The human species is over. Fuck you. Breen. This is actually a good thing, Gordon. It's good that the human species is dying out through a genocide, and that our stupid grub ass overlords are taking all of our resources. There we go. Splendid. was watching Isander and Coda's episode on the Administratum like literally earlier today. I highly recommend for anybody watching that doesn't know Isander and Coda. Isander has a Y before the first A, or not the first A, you know, before the A, but it's never pronounced. It's never pronounced Isander. It's Isander. But still, a great time. And it's so funny. The Administratum is so funny. Like in Warhammer 40k. And you know what? They're right. I would like to see an Office like a parody, an American The Office parody, but it's a vellum company for the Administratum. They're the vellum guys. A blank sheet of vellum, infinite possibilities. They also went a little bit into the Inquisitors for the Administratum, which makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Of course, the main and like bureaucratic administrative body and the Inquisition would work well together. Or not well, but work a lot together. That line is way too straight. Kill it. That line has only kissed the opposite gender. And will only ever want to. Kill it. You know, I say that in jest. Straight people are accepted here too. But also, it's really funny to say stuff like that, and I won't be taking it back or taking questions. Like, frankly, I just find it goofy silly. All right, there we go. All right. Okay, when the music is not going, my voice is loud. But when the music is going, like it sound balances itself to be quiet, and I don't get it. I shrimply don't understand. I, why was that at 6 pixels instead of 7? What did I do wrong? I think I'm gonna try and use the glazing technique, but with some painterly brushes this time. Because I already can get some pretty decent blending out of like, you know, your how to divide like this one. All right, I could get some pretty damn good stuff out of that one. That's a good brush. All right. And like there's a lot of painting brushes that are just default to Krita, so like it also works with the defaults. It's just that particular one from a brush pack is my favorite. It feels really nice to use. The blending is very nice. It gives a particular texture I enjoy. I almost forgot this section. Once I'm done with the Luffy liner, I'm going to be right back for reasons that I will not specify at this time. I drew this one a little too long. Long, man. There we go. Alright, and then now... I will be right back. Alrighty, I have returned. Let me get rid of the BRB text. And let me reload the stream on my phone, because I have my headphones somewhat charged. There we go. Wonderful. Let me mute that now. Alright, sick. Now we are returning to art. I hear a cat meowing. Hello, miss. Now I have all two of my cats, in my room. Hi. It's good to see you. Uh-huh. Love you. Alright, now we're going to Koby's nose. Didn't you know? The nose knows. Oh, my goodness. But you know, I've been going down to put it lightly, a bit of a Warhammer 40k rabbit hole. And so I'm rewatching a lot of videos that I've seen before, because I kind of like actually know a fair bit about Warhammer. Like, I'm not an expert on the lore, and I do not claim to be so, but I know a bit. I know a portion. I know enough lore to know that Space Marines ain't shit. They're God's angriest soldiers, but like, I don't know. A regular human with a stick can get lucky, like literally in the novels. Can't wait to actually get to reading that. because I will be going through in the future like live read through series, sort of a book club, if you will, but more of like, you know how in like at libraries there'll be like read-alongs. It'll be kind of like that, and eventually I want to have some of those books um uh be Warhammer. Because like I don't know, The Infinite and the Divine sounds like a really fun book to read. Like I feel like I'm avoiding some of the hurdles of like reading One Piece, not One Piece, reading Warhammer 40K because I already kind of know stuff. Right? I could go into any book in particular and understand what's going on in the setting. The thing is, if I'm going to be doing it for a live read through, I can't assume that you guys know all of the shit, because nobody knows all of the shit. What if I'm somebody's, like, gate into Warhammer? What if I'm the psyker acting as a door, letting them open me and enter Warhammer, right? Like, imagine me as a psyker and them as a creature of chaos. And instead of going to the material galaxy, right? Like they're going into Warhammer. That's what we have going on here. And like I won't be reading them immediately, obviously, and I won't be reading them back to back because goddamn, you could, like, I'll be doing it for free. You could not pay me to read nothing but Warhammer. Right, like even reading nothing but, like, let's say Discworld, which is also on the list, is a lot. Right, that's also a lot. But you know, it will be on the list. I'm trying to figure out like what a good starting point for that would be. Infinite and the Divine is a famous one. Like a famous good starting point. The Caiaphas Cain books are fun, like doing one of them. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. But first, I want to go through some classic literature that I've just been meaning to read. Which reminds me, I'm gonna be playing in a Blades in the Dark game somewhat soon. Right, like I have a character already. He's very funny. He's a cutter. He's a cutter from Scotland. Is very fun, and he acts as a bouncer for like the group's like uh uh basically speakeasy. The business plan is blackjack and hookers for ghosts. Not just ghosts, but like there'll be ghosts. They will be both some of the clientele and some of the workers. Eventually, once we get there, but that's not important. Well, it is, because I like Blades in the Dark so far. It's a really interesting setting. But like no, I had an idea for like running a Blaze in the Dark game the other day. And that's on top of another idea I had, which I'll get to after this, but it's related to classic literature. Is a game that's basically Moby Dick, but like the Leviathan hunters of the setting of like Blades in the Dark. Right? Like that would be fun. Right? Like basically you're basically whalers. And like you could do some weird stuff like that. I wouldn't intend it to be a long campaign. Right, but it can definitely be filled out where like that's the basic idea. But then obviously because Blades in the Dark is more like character driven, having it be fleshed out considerably by everything else. Right? Because like, you know, the being Leviathan hunters would just be their job. Or one of their jobs, I don't know. A lot is up in the air because of how the game is structured. But another game I had, and that as an idea that reminds me is I watched Snowpiercer with some friends somewhat recently, and thought that would be a really cool like Blades in the Dark game to run. Would be like a Snowpiercer game where you're like on the train, right, and you have to deal with ghosts, and yeah, and shit like that. Uh, and I don't know, I'd call it like Fog Piercer or something. You know, the train that pierces the fog or whatever. You know, that just sounds cool to me. I feel like once my workload evens out a little bit, in terms of like art that needs doing, assets that need doing, stuff like that, that would be really fun. It would also be really fun to do as like a live thing. It is like, you know, quick little Blades in the Dark thing with some friends. You know, being the DM, have them like, I don't know, be um, like monthly sessions or something. Like on Sunday to be a variety stream, or I could do it another day. I don't know. I don't know. The specifics don't matter at this point because they will always change until it's time. But it sounds like a fun ass idea. God, Koby is fucking pissed. Hi, miss. You wanna? There we go. Get the line out for the ear. Now that reminds me, I completely forget the melody that I was like playing around with in my head this morning, but I was playing around with a melody that I wanted to make into a song. I forgot it because I didn't record it. I oh no, my hubris. There we go. Marvelous. Oh god, it would be so simple if I could just like copy paste an input capture, like an existing input capture into the canvases for the YouTube, so that it would just be literally the same, and I wouldn't have to deal with this bullshit. And imagine the recording happens, right? Like I look back at the recording of this stream and it doesn't pop up. That would be very cool. Because like I recorded the other day to see how things were working and it sounded fine. Okay, I messed up a little bit here, but that's easily fixable. Because like there should be some muscle here to lift that up, and then yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that our first Blades in the Dark game is gonna not really involve a lot of the breaking and entering sort of thievery sort of deal, because we are going to be running an establishment. A lot of the combat may involve, roughing people up that break our rules at our place. Called the Moonlit Lady. The Bender is our signature cocktail. It doesn't matter if nobody gets the connected references together. I will not be saying because it's funnier that way, but if somebody understands what I'm referencing, or what the reference is with this whole establishment, then I don't know. Give you a little kiss on the forehead for being a good guesser. Wham. God, Koby, my man. What is going on with you, my boy? Koby, my boy. Merry Christmas, my boy. Oh, it's 100% June. It really feels like there should be a collar, but there's not. He doesn't get a collar until later, I don't think. Like, until his glow up. Congratulations, Koby. You've been promoted in the Marines. Oh boy, what do I get? A collar. Oh boy, sneezing is not fun. Oh man. I could I could probably think of some other fun like Blades in the Dark game ideas, but those are sort of the main two that I had is like Blades in the Dark Moby Dick and Blades in the Dark Snowpiercer. Uh Obviously they'd completely be their own game, but those are the main inspirations for each. Like, I don't know, that'd be cool. You know, it feels self-contained. In a literal sense, one is on a boat. Right? And so I can probably guess what things are gonna happen, but I don't know. Not guess what's gonna happen, but guess the sorts of things I'm gonna need to prepare for the game. Of course, there's that one Steven Universe game that I want to get back to, but just haven't because it kind of died off. You know, basically, I don't know if I've explained the Steven Universe game, like on stream before. Either way, I'll explain it again. Basically, the game is the main characters are replacing the crystal gems. Right, so Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl are not the caregivers of Steven Universe, the character, and that actually affects things a lot. Like, there's some character stuff that just, like, you know, the players won't ever see because Steven is still a character and will go on his own journey because there's, you know, those solo episodes, and then I'm gonna, for those, I'd have to make up entirely new adventures. Oh boy. And it was established with their characters. They are trying to make a much better adjusted Steven. Right? They want Steven Universe, the character, to you know, actually go to the fucking doctor, actually go to school actually go to fucking school, actually go to you know, spend time with his dad more often. Right? His dad has an apartment. It's a cheap ass like studio apartment, right? But he doesn't just have his van. Right? Like these sorts of things. And that actually changes Steven as a character a lot. Like, that's not gonna get rid of a lot of his problems. Right? But it gets rid of a lot of the show-specific issues. I'll find a way to make new ones. I just have to actually get back to writing for that. I forget where my notes for that game are. Like, there are certain things that I remember, like tensions ramping up a little bit, like things being a little more dangerous around Beach City, and then you know, them sending Steven to go with like somebody that one of them knew to basically train, and then it's like, oh, it's actually his daughter, and that literally doesn't matter beyond the fact that, like, oh, it's not exactly who they thought. But so, you know, it's not necessarily like this, but it definitely is. Oh, does that make sense? Like a way to get Tiger Millionaire to still be in the game, even though Amethyst isn't a crystal gem. Amethyst might become a crystal gem later. I don't know, but like that really depends on how everybody's feeling. Like I said, I do want to get back to that. I just don't know what I'm gonna need to do. I might need to completely rewrite some things with stuff as memory. So far in the game, the first episode plus some has happened. Like, I think the biggest issue is turning it from a television show into a Dungeons and Dragons game. I need to do I need to do a full list of like episodes that I need to adapt, episodes that I can sort of leave as is, episodes where the crystal gems don't show up, so I'm gonna need to do a completely new adventure, or like continue with a pre-existing one that I set up, and so on and so forth. But I'm thinking of doing that. Hold on, somebody is knocking. I will be right back. Let me find my audio input capture. I've returned. I have ham sandwiches. So that takes care of lunch. I appreciate it greatly. Like, it's a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Hmm. Okay, let's see. So everything that's been done so far. So there's this beginning dungeon of like the crystal gems on one of their like missions. You know, without Steven. Uh and then they had to deal with the I forget its name, but it's that centipede one. It's the one that they have to deal with in the first episode. Uh ish. It's the Cookie Cat episode. Uh you know, and like, you know, Steven unlocks his shield for the first time, like that thing. And then they started like this. It started going off a little bit on its own thing, with like Steven being sent to, uh, because things are getting more dangerous, to like learn how to actually fight, and that's sort of where things are. And like I said, I need to find the notes again so I know exactly what I put down. Because I forget some of the characters' names. But like that's a game I want to start up again. Plus, the Blades in the Dark games. I want to do an OSR what was the system, like Shadow Dark? Let me Shadow Dark RPG. Yes, Shadow Dark RPG. Like doing something in Shadow Dark could be really fun. I also want to do some stuff in a custom system that my friend is making. And if they ever want to, like, finish it up and put it for sale, I will happily and freely, shill it. Use my limited influence to, shill that shit. Because I want to support my friends. And it's nowhere near done, but I would like to do some stuff in my own setting, Fade N. Sort of a city crawl. I want to finish stuff in Marylhurst. I want to sort of, write for it, do the make the adventure, and then sell it on, I don't know, Drive Thru RPG or something. Hmm. Doing that game live potentially could be fun, but I'd obviously have to get the express okay for all the players to have that be live. Ham and cheese sandwich. Delectable. The ham has fallen out of the sandwich in Lego City. Start the rescue helicopter. I hope that by that was a good half of a sandwich. I will eat more later. But I hope that as I'm going through drawing all the One Piece stuff, that I'm improving just as an artist. Because some of this stuff is hard. Right? Like some of this stuff, or not some of this stuff is hard, but some of this stuff in One Piece is going to be hard to draw. Zunisha is a named character. If you don't know who Zunisha is, don't worry about it. But if you do, you can understand why drawing every named character in the manga is a tall order. What's this line art? Is it, Done? I Luffy is just missing a fingernail. It's fine. There we go. And then now I can color pick. Oh, size 30. Is size 32 good? I forgot a little something something called this. There we go. Size 32 brush now. Crisscross. One up this time. I'd also like to, because it's been long enough, like redo Rhyme of the Frost Maiden. Because I started running that and I want to do it better this time. That's one I don't want to do live. But I want to take some ideas I had from that. No, fix it up for my current storytelling ability, what have you. Restart that with stuff in mind from the beginning. Maybe with some more players. Like a couple of my friends who were not there last time, but it would be fun to have them. And then bam, it'd be a good time. I think a part of the problem is that I didn't have I didn't know about Obsidian at the time as a fun little service thing for D&D world building, and now I do. So hopefully these sorts of things can be fixed up. Like hopefully none of my friends are here watching this with me saying I want to start the Steven Universe game back up. Cause like one, that would be a good time to again have some more friends in. Potentially. But also like I want to do it right this time. Right? Like I want to get done with at least the first season of Steven Universe, right? Like I want to do the first season and then see how things go from there. Do a lot of stuff in the front end so that like once I get back into college, get back into classes in college, that I don't have to like lessen the quality of the experience for everybody because I don't have the time to work on it. Hands Koby after not surviving. Well, this stinks. You know, now that the gray's on there, that's not too bad. Well, that's not too bad. I can get rid of a couple of those lines. That's not a problem. I don't like that or something. I'm realizing I may not get to the actual shading by 3, and 3 is about when I want to get off of doing this, because 3 hours is about a good amount of time to work on stuff. Man, I'm hearing the accent start to slip out. I apologize. Man. Man, this stinks. And as you can tell, the Koby is the exact color of nothing. As you can see, there's nothing there. And, come on. Here's Koby. Well, there's a very slight difference. Oh, on my phone, the difference is a bit more, which is good. But this stinks. Wah. Oh boy. Oh, I forgot another thing. Oh, great heavens! Alright, so now I get to I'll get back to size 64 pixel brush. What's interesting is my canvases aren't actually like all that large. Just in general, they're not that big. I've sort of found a good aspect ratio, and it's partially because of my screen being 16 by 9. So I chose, 16 by 9 uh inches at a 300 DPI like resolution. And so it's not so big that it messes with my computer or my ability to stream stuff for y'all. But it's also not too small where I can't like see anything. I don't have a lot of the leeway that I need. Like this line art is in the single digits. Like it's a size 7 pixel brush. It is not a large brush. And so I think this is about generally the right size for me. And this happens to be 9 by 16 just because I made it that way. He is so unbothered. I think some of my favorite Luffy is when he's just so unbothered. No thoughts, head empty. And that's what we love about him. That's what we love about our boy Luffy. Our boy Luffy. Here's my son, Monkey D. Luffy. He's my boy, my friend. He makes me happy. Just by existing, he does his little Luffy dance. He does a little Luffy dance and my day's all better. He goes yada dee da do, yada dee da da do, and then suddenly, suddenly I'm a smiling friend. Oh, this straw hat especially is gonna be really fun to do some of that glazing for because it has all sorts of texture. I forgot a little bit of the line there. Oh, that's a shame. That's a diddly darn shame there, I tell you. You know what's also a shame is ICE coming into our communities and kidnapping our neighbors, killing us, you know, stealing away our women and children. That's not fucking right. I'm not gonna pretend like it would be better if they had more training. That's dumb. That's dumb, and a lot of the Democratic lawmakers who are saying they need more training and more funding are dumb. They're stupid. They have no brain between their ears, and frankly should not hold office. Looking at Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer, they should not hold office. There's one senator from up north in Washington that also voted to give ICE more funding, and she's a bitch. Like, Oregon's doing more than you, dude. Come on. You have more people. You have more money. You have more funding. You have more everything except for you know, we have I don't know. We have the better land, I think. They have the better port, which is unfortunate. Well, it's not unfortunate for them. I'm not upset at them for having the better port. It's unfortunate for us in the long run because we used to be the most populous, but then they got Seattle, and it was easier to. It was easier to move goods and stuff, like to Seattle from the rest of the country than it was to move goods between like Portland and the rest of the country. As like, you know, that they gained a lot of people really quickly. Let's see, said the blind man as he picked up his hammer and saw. I realized while I was gone in that one BRB, that that I could like fade out and then it would eventually get to like black here, and then at that point I wrong layer once again. There we go. Yeah, I could keep it matched with the art style. Oh boy. I was like, oh no, his legs are weird and they don't work. Oh my god. I'm gonna need to draw fun. Then I realized, no, I don't. Look at that. With all of them, when they're all in this together. Don't mind me, I'm doing a thing. I'm doing John Carpenter's The Thing, and you can't stop me. Basically, what I'm gonna do before we end today is merge a lot of these layers so that I can go in and then just do some stuff real quick and then end it at about 3 p.m. So that's why I'm putting these in a specific order. With the gray the gray of the shading layer, it could be anywhere. But with the line art, okay, change that one. Absolutely none. You're gorgeous the way you are. You are beautiful, gorgeous, from the hit game Nickelodeon SpongeBob SquarePants featuring Nicktoons Globs of Doom. Just the way you are. And I know that I'm erasing a lot of work that I could have just not done theoretically, but I feel like this was the better way of doing it. I will erase that part of it later. Yeah, and now we are preparing for probably next week, where we do the shading, or at least a large part of it. Do the basics of the shading. These projects, these pieces do take a fair bit of time, and that's a little bit of a shame, because I'd like to get some of them done faster, but it's better to have them take a bit of time than for them to be bad. Alright, there we go. That looks like that's done. And then now we can do use 21, I think? Yeah. Yeah, the 7 times 3 is 21. I like to have my pixels be in multiples, or like on the multiplication tables. So like size 7, this is a size 7 brush just naturally, right? And I like to have it be in size 14, size 21, size 28, size 35? 34. 34. And I don't remember them off the top of my head sometimes when, in these sorts of things, but I like to do it when I can. There is no neurotypical explanation for doing that, but I am not attempting to give a neurotypical, answer to anything. You're making the hand confusing once again. Maybe you should, like, not do that or something. Ah, it's my enemy, Future SPG. Oh, that's right, I suppose. That's right, I suppose. Hey, baby bass. I eat the burger and I got really big and good. Alright, there we go. And now we have to erase some Alvita line art. Yeah. I remember really being proud of those buttons, but the things will be moving forward, and it'll be better by the end of things. By the end of the piece. Oh, I forgot that leg. Well, no matter. Hopefully I'll remember exactly what each section is that I'm erasing. I can look back on the footage. Also, fun fact, for those who have it, and want to be in on, Multiplayer Monday, I have downloaded, Fallout 76 onto my computer. I have been avoiding downloading stuff for, this month so that the internet dividend would be early, the extra cost on the internet would be as little as possible with what I needed to do. But, you know what? I promised that I would pay the extra, and so I will pay the extra. My friends are really, really wanting to, play Fallout 76 with me, so it's the price that it's the price I'm willing to pay for it. Alright, there we go. Merge. 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 There we go. Fine art. Merge. 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 And then just put that as shading. If I copy shading, right, I have a copy of shading. What if I did the thing here, right? And had this gradient. Right? And then we did that. And then we took the darkest one. Right? And we went here. And then about, I don't know, like, why are you snapping in a weird spot? I suppose it doesn't matter. I don't know. So somewhere like around there, we put that in. And then we have, I don't know, what's a good one? Overlay? I suppose that doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, if I do that, then that is a little bit of fun extra, but actually, I want to do the opposite, to have the light coming from Luffy. Right, and so have that going all the way up, and then have this one going about there. Like that. Soft light's the answer. And then, have it like that. I forgot those lines. Ah. Oh, however will I survive? Ah. There we go. And then now we have the basics set. I'm gonna keep this as a separate layer, so that we can do the actual shading on these guys and have this as a fun little like add-on to everything. Unselect you. Remove layer. Remove layer. Actually, no, I need you. Okay, there we go. Get rid of you again, but keep you because you are important for color. And then here we are. I'm just gonna make that one invisible, actually. And then with this going forward, these will be my funny colors. For shading. Because gray is a color. Oh boy. And so now I think I've set the scene for myself very well. And so I am going to OBS. There we go. I'm gonna go to just chatting. And I'm gonna say, I've been Bajongles. You can find me over here on Twitch, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, noon Pacific Standard Time. I'd much appreciate a follow. Speaking of follow, you can follow me over on Bluesky and Tumblr, both at BigWire1, username Bajongles. And if you're watching this, as a VOD on YouTube, hi YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. And with that, it's been a wonderful time. I will be back on Thursday to do some more D&D world building, and then we will have Sunday be more blasphemous. And that will be the first multi-stream onto YouTube. Isn't that exciting? I'm certainly excited and a little worried, but mostly excited. And so with that, I will catch you all on the flip-flop. Bye-bye.